Hello everyone, welcome to FOC class 12. Students, this video is having the solutions of easy sample paper which is unsolved from page 21 to 23. If any student is confused that about which sample paper am I talking about, so let me inform that I have recently launched my own sample paper book for class 12 information technology, and in the same sample paper book I have left 3 unsolved sample papers for the students own practice so that they can practice well. For this purpose there are 3 unsolved sample papers, and here I am presenting the solutions of easy sample paper from page 21 to 23. Also, if any student is interested in purchasing the book for practicing for board exams, so the link is given in the description box as well as in the comment box. And if you have any doubts, please do not hesitate to contact us via Telegram, Instagram, or write your query in the comment box. This is section A, objective type questions. Students, before proceeding further, I would like to tell the students who are watching this video without practicing any of the sample papers, I would like to tell that the purpose of giving these unsolved sample papers is students practice, and your practice can be made more effective when you are practicing at your own. Means, first of all, you should do the sample papers which are solved in the book itself. You should practice them, and also after solving them which are solved, you should solve the unsolved sample papers also on your own. Why? Because by that you might know that yes, in this part my preparation is not very much effective, I need to prepare more, and in some parts your preparation might be very good, so you might keep that topic aside and you might focus on the weak topic which is not so effective in the preparation. So for this purpose, first of all, you need to solve all the sample papers on your own, and then you should watch this solutions video. Students, I will not be explaining each and every answer, but I would be giving you a few tips, a few important tips which will help you to make your copy more presentable, more effective, and some of the mistakes which you commonly do in the exam, I will also point out them so that in your board examination you are not repeating the same mistakes and marks are not being reducted unnecessarily. So please pay attention, and if you have any doubt for any question that why the question is having this specific answer, then you can ask in the comment box and I will reply to it separately. Now, coming to this question, in this question 1 we are having 6 parts, and out of these 6 you have to answer any 5. How do I know? It is given in the instruction of question 1. So students, this is a very important thing. Whenever you are attempting any question, please read the instruction carefully, that what the question is saying, how many questions are given and how many are to be done. Do not over attempt the paper, because suppose if this question is requiring only 5 attempts and you have done all of the 6, then what will happen? The teacher will only check the first 5 irrespective of which one is correct and which one is not. Suppose that you have done the answer fourth wrong, means your answer fourth is wrong, but you have attempted all of the 6, and now you think that because only one answer is wrong but all the other are correct, so I would be provided 5 marks. So you are thinking wrong. Why? Because in this case, when you attempt all of the questions, only the first 5 are checked and it is not seen whether which is correct, which is not. Only the first 5 would be evaluated and you would be given marks according to that. So please do not commit such errors. Read the instructions carefully and then attempt each question. Now coming to answer 2, which is having 7 parts. First of all, talking about MCQs. Here in MCQs, you can see that whichever MCQ I have answered, I have given the option as well as the option number. Now, why so? Because, in my opinion, it looks more presentable, it makes your answer copy more presentable, and the answer is clearly visible to the teacher that this student knows the correct answer. So, that is why, to add to my presentation, for making my presentation more effective, I have added this option number as well as option. You can also do the same and you can also write the option number only. It's up to you. Then discussing about answer 5. Here you can ask that this is 1 mark question, then why I have provided 2 bullet points. Now the answer to this question is because I want to make my answer more effective, because I want to highlight these keywords. That is why I have used the bullet points. And two, because these are very short. You can see that these are only 2 words in each point. So that is why I need to give at least 2 points, so that at least 1 mark is given to me properly without any reduction. If I would have only written Java programs are platform independent, then maybe the second feature, which is a main feature of Java program, it is missing. So it may be possible that your marks may be reducted because you have given incomplete answer. So please try to give the complete answer in the appropriate way. If it is asked for 1 mark, then you have to give according to 1 mark. Coming to answer 3, here also different answers are given. I would like to discuss about the answer 7th. In here in this question, you have to identify the various kind of operators, and I have written it like this. In whichever question you are asked about identifying, and if that question is done by you previously, that kind of question, so please do not commit any error in such questions, because if you have already attempted such type of question and then also you are committing any error, then it would be simply a blunder and your marks would be reducted. So in these type of questions, you should be very careful that which type of operator is asked, what I have to identify, so clearly answer them. Now coming to answer 4th, I hope all of these are very clear to you. Nothing much explanation is required in any of them. Now this is answer 5. Here I have underlined a few specific words, and why I have done so, because I want to highlight these specific words by underlining, because in your answer copy, when you are there in the exam hall, you are not allowed to take any highlighter with you. So how can you highlight the keywords when you want to highlight the important keywords? How would you do? You would simply underline it, and it would highlight the keyword. Now coming to answer 6, here in this question we are having the MySQL commands questions also, where we have to write the MySQL commands. So students, wherever you have to write the commands of MySQL or for Java program, you will take care of each and every syntax. For example, you have to give semicolon at the end of statements. So all these things you need to take care of. And because if you commit any error, suppose you are not providing the semicolon here, you are writing full stop, or you are committing any other error in the syntax, then there will be reduction of your marks. So to avoid any reduction of marks, please write the syntax carefully, learn them properly, and write all the commands very carefully without committing any mistake. With this, we come to section B, which is having subjective type questions. Means in this part, we will be having the questions which are of more than 1 mark. We will have to give a descriptive type of answers for them. Now we are going to do the subjective type questions. First of all, questions from employability skills are given, and here The question is differentiate between manufacturing business and trading business. So in these type of question where you are asked to give the difference, in these type of questions, if you answer in tabular form, then it looks more presentable. Rest is your choice. If you want to give in paragraph form, in descriptive form, it is up to you. But in my opinion, you should give in tabular form. It looks more presentable. In next question, you have to give the sources of self motivation. So because it is 2 marks question, so I have given the 2 points. And also before giving any points, you must write that about what you are going to write. So please mention a line, a single line before mentioning any points, so that it is clear that about which topic, about what the points are about. In next question, we have to write the steps to insert a picture from a file. So in such type of questions, when you are directly asked to write the steps, then of course steps are written in 1, 2, 3 in this form, means in ordered list form, and not like in bullet form. For example, if you are asked to write these steps, then if you write in bullet form, if you are giving the bullet form, then it might not look that presentable, because the steps are being asked that in which sequence they are to be performed. So because bullet form is considered unordered list, so you must give an ordered list to make it more presentable. So that is why you should use either numbers, Roman numbers, or alphabets. Now, in the next question, here also I am asked to how to enter text in cell. So you might ask that why I have not used the ordered list form here, because in this question it is not asking about steps, that write the steps to enter text in a cell. If it was asking like that write the steps, so in that case I would give it in ordered list form, but because it is not asking, so I have given one line answer. And this question is having 2 parts, so in whichever question there are 2 parts, please do not forget to answer the second part also. Now coming to question 11, here we are asked about the definition of these two terms, and in your examination you should highlight these terms. Here I have made them bold, but because it might not be easy for you to make it bold, so what you can do, you can simply underline the terms so that they are clearly highlighted, and your copy is looking more presentable. In this question, you have to correct the errors, and it is written in the question itself that you have to underline the corrections made. So that is why I have underlined the specific corrections that I have made. The previous question was from Java, and this question is from MySQL queries. So here you have to use the concept of MySQL queries, and you have to do the specific corrections which are to be done. Now this is answer 14. Here you have to write any two DDL commands, and why I have underlined these, why I have made them bold. The simple answer is I have to make them bold. I have to make them highlighted. So for highlighting the keywords of the answer, I have underlined them, and you can also underline them to make it clear that these two commands are to be discussed in this question. And in this question you are asked about two DDL commands, and that too with the example. So what you will do, you will first of all state the command, then you will state its use, and then you will give the example. And in example you should write the query properly without any error. Now in the next answer 15, we are asked about candidate key, and that too with example. Wherever, in whichever question you are asked about example, you should give the example. And in some questions example is not asked, means it is not asked to you that give the example, but if you give the example, then the answer looks complete. So in such questions where the answer is looking incomplete without example, you can give the example for a better understanding. Now coming to answer 16, here the question is about differentiating between this operator. So I have given it in tabular form, and why? Because the answer looks more presentable if you are giving such type of answers where you are asked to differentiate between. Then in such answers, it looks more presentable if you are giving the tabular form. And here I would like to add one thing, that if you are giving the first option, for example, if you have not written in this way, means in this side you have written the first and second option like this, but in this side you have reversed the order of the options. You have written the second option at first place and first option at second place. Then what would happen? The points would not be contrary to each other, as this point is not contrary with it, and the second point is not contrary with the first. So that is why you need to write the contrary points in one direction, means after the one point of one side you have to write the another point of the another side, so that they are contrary to each other and you are not committing any error in writing the difference between them. Now coming to answer 17, in this A part, you are asked about the plus operator, you have written about it, and in the next B part, you are asked about the value. So you have to calculate the value properly and then you have to give the answer. Now coming to answer 18, here in first part you have to give the structure. So I have given the structure here, and after it you have to explain it also. So you have to give the proper explanation. In the second part, B part, you have to give the query. Now, coming to answer 19, here, first of all, you have to give the schema of table students. Whenever you are asked to such questions in which you have to give schema of particular table, so you have to see the name of the table, or about which table it is asking. So according to that, you have to give your answer. For example, here we have to give the columns for students table. So what can be the details of a student? You have to give such columns. So I have given admission number, student name, student dob. Here I have used short form because it would be more effective to write like that, because we are giving the column name. In the remarks you can write the whole, that this is admission number, and in bracket you can write the primary key also. In this details part, you can see that I have given the column name, data type, remarks. Remarks are not compulsory, but if you are providing them, then it is very good, because it will add to the presentation of your answer. It will look more presentable, and the teacher will get an idea that yes, this student is having a clear idea about which is primary key and what is the role of every specific column. So your answer is looking more presentable in this way. So that is why you have to add remarks. But if you are unable to add remarks, if you are not able to properly write remarks for each of the column which you have given, so please avoid this. But if you are able to give it, then it would be very good, and your marks would not be reducted if you have given correct remarks. Now coming to answer 20, first part. In this part you have to write a Java program for printing welcome everyone. So as I told that whenever you are asked to do the coding, you have to do it properly. You have to write each and every coding very carefully without committing any syntax error. In the second part of answer 20, we are asked to differentiate between, and again I have used the tabular form and I have written the contrary points in one direction. Now coming to answer 21, this is a descriptive type answer, and because in descriptive type answer you have to highlight the keywords also. So I have underlined the main phases which the question is asking about, so that these are highlighted, that these phases are to be discussed in this question. So that is why I have underlined them to highlight them. Now coming to answer 22. Here in the first part you have to give the use of if statement, and after it you have to give the structure also. So first of all you will state its use and then its structure. Then in B part, you are asked about the use of if else statement and its structure. So same thing you have to do. First of all, give its use and then structure of the statement. While giving the structure of any statement, its syntax, you have to take care properly that you are not committing any error. You are not writing any structure, any syntax improperly. Write all of them properly without committing any error. In next answer, answer 23, you are asked about the switch statement, its use, its structure, and because it is a descriptive type question, so it is also asking to explain the structure. So you will attempt the question in sequence. First of all, what will you do? You will state its use, then the structure, and then you have to explain the structure. Now coming to the last answer, answer 24. This answer is having four parts, and here we are asked to give the MySQL commands. So you can see that I have not given any description that why I have used this command. I have not explained it in detail because there is no need. If you are asked about directly for writing the commands, you will directly write the command, whether it be of Java or whether it be of MySQL. You will directly write the command without any description if it is not asked. In case it is asked that give the answer, give the reason for your answer, give the reason for the command you have given, so in that case you can give the description. But if it is not mentioned, then you will simply write the command. And also you will take care of the syntax. You will not make any mistakes which can lead to reduction of your marks. So please attempt your paper properly. That was all about this sample paper. Thank you. That was all for today. We'll meet you soon in the next videos with the solutions of other sample papers. If you have any doubts, please do not hesitate to ask us in the comment box or on Instagram or Telegram app. Bye bye.